Welcome back to the program 1 Hour with Ali Bashir Suryo, and tonight we have Mr. Naresh, and it's been quite interesting discussion with you, Mr. Naresh. On the last segment of tonight's program, we're going to discuss a bit more on your personal life, private life. Do you read a lot? You read books?
I read a lot, but mostly on management and personal development. I need to continue to read what's happening around us in the field of management to keep updating my professional skill sets. And personal development, because I think there's still a lot one can continue to learn and improve in one's life.
Which management guru you maybe you can mention here? Or books that he wrote that you always want to buy?
I buy so many books, but I think I'm very impressed with people like Peter Drucker. I'm also impressed with Robert Kaplan and David Norton, because I do a lot of balanced scorecard consulting and I buy books in those areas. But there are very many good authors out there. In old days, Michael Porter, but a lot of that knowledge already, we have moved beyond that basic knowledge.
How many hours a day you spend on the internet?
For work, about 2 to 3 hours I'm always there, be it on internet, in my office, or BlackBerry, or traveling at, waiting at airport.
Oh, well. Interesting. You're married?
I'm married.
You're married with Indonesian?
My wife is Indonesian, she's Javanese, and I met her in Indonesia.
Good. She's a high official with the Indonesian government?
Yes, she's a government official.
Right. And you have children?
I have 2 daughters. One is 12 years old, the other is 9 years old. They are named Sherni and Sherry, and both of them are Hindi words for tiger.
Ah, I see. And then what is your plan ahead of time? You like Jakarta? You feel like to stay outside Jakarta for the future?
I am hoping to stay in Jakarta till I retire, and then once I retire, I'll probably live outside Jakarta in Bogor, Puncak, or a nice, cool place. And I wish to contribute to development of human resources in Indonesia, probably in a different role, not as a consultant, but as a coach or a mentor, running some coaching or mentoring to improve the young leaders of the country, young youth. I will contribute in that way, but that's another few years from now.
Well, there seems to be a big demand now, even from many of the youth CEOs need some sort of guidance from an experienced person like yourself. Have you ever thought of conducting a CEO coach session with some of the professionals?
I'm actually advising few CEOs. I'm not coaching, but I use the word advising and facilitating. They do need a lot of help because it's a very lonely job as a CEO. There's very few people who would appreciate the challenges faced by CEO. Most of the people, senior level people, are based on silos. Either they're good at marketing, good at finance, but a CEO gets all these challenges and also managing people as well as external. So there's a lot of degrees of challenge for CEOs, and they do need somebody to talk to, somebody who's been there, somebody who can advise them. And they still have to do their part and make their own decisions, but people, by talking, you're having a sounding board, and sometimes that's much more help than advice.
Have you ever thought of creating a management school or a leadership school?
I'm looking at developing a leadership school in Indonesia to help the people here. I think it's a matter of few years.
Right.
I want to do it right. There are a lot of people who have opened those things, but as I've said, my whole life has been based on results. I left my home, India, with only $100 in pocket.
Interesting.
And I have always studied on scholarships or sponsorships. So next one, what I'm going to do has to be built on the quality and results, and has to be done right. But I think it's maybe a year or two down the road.
I see.
Because I've done a lot of work on strategy, a lot of work on IT, people development, and now I think leadership is the last frontier.
I think this is what Indonesia needs now. Not only corporate leadership, you see Indonesia undergoes what you call regionalization. In the past we have central government or regionalization, even head of the region, such like Bupati, and they have the resources and is lacking the leadership skill. They may need that sort of programs.
Very true.
Yeah.
And I think leadership is not just Bhupati or a government official or a CEO, but leadership is the young executives also
Correct.
who are being geared to face the challenges of tomorrow. And leadership is not just a position, it's your ability to influence people to follow common goals,
Right.
which presumably are the right ones in the proper context of our value systems. So I think there's a lot to be done there. And you cannot learn leadership with a 2-day, 3-day workshop. If everybody could go to a 2-day workshop and be a great leader, then it would not take us 50 or 100 years to get one Mahatma Gandhi or Obama or John F. Kennedy. There are only few good leaders one cites regularly. It's a process. So I'm always amazed that when organizations do tender for a 3-day leadership course as part of leadership development, I wonder what are you going to learn in 3 days?
Right.
It's a whole process, and organizations have to realize they have to put people through 1 or 2 or 3 years of part-time learning, where the organization puts its resources and people put their commitment of time to go and learn that. So my career next will be moving in that way to help people.
I think very interesting challenge. Talking about Gandhi, Gandhi is the one of the few leaders that I foresee as my so-called guru. Learning Gandhi's, looking at his movies. One of the segment of the movie of the Gandhi's movie is the time when he has to serve his guests or his friends, to take the glass filled with water from his butler and serving his friend. Now the subject was serving. Most leaders forgot that they have to serve. They want to be served. Is that the correct?
Yes, it is true. Our
definition.
roles change.
Yes.
And we must learn to adapt. A lot of people, when they leave the position of power, they find it very difficult to adapt to the new challenges, to new positions. And in a single day, you know, our roles change. In the morning, when I get up, I'm a wonderful father to my girls going to school.
Right.
A few moments later, I'm a son to my mother.
You see.
In my office, I'm a boss. So at home, I got to serve those 2 little girls when they're going to school.
Yeah.
At office, I have a different role. When I'm with a client, I'm in service again. So the single day, it continues to change. And leadership is all about adapting
Yes.
and guiding people to a common goal. And it's not easy. It's trainable. I don't agree that you're born leader or you're not born leader. I believe that a lot of skill sets can be trained. Not everybody is born to be Gandhi.
Right.
And the other is that you got to believe in what you're doing. You got to have that firm belief and the firm goal you want to achieve. And Mahatma Gandhi became Mahatma Gandhi because he believed getting India freedom without violence.
Right.
John F. Kennedy created some of that stuff for himself, believed what he wanted to do for America. So we all have to believe what we want to do, and it has to be beyond money. It has to be something you believe, what you want to contribute, what you want to achieve. Money is just a result. It may or may not happen.
Right.
And money does not buy happiness. It can buy you a lot of things. It won't buy you happiness and peace. Although I still believe money is important every day.
Perhaps a few minutes more that we can give you time. You can express yourself to the audience, the Indonesian audience, and what's coming ahead. Maybe your advice for everyone at home now.
I think we are heading for a very challenging times. It's going to be a lot of global challenges that are out there, organizationally, personally, and it will be very important for people to develop themselves very rapidly and adapt for a very competing environment that's about to set on all of us. And it's critical to believe in what you do and follow your belief through whatever happens.
Yeah, the world's going through many changes, many phases, but you just to have faith and carry on with your life, right?
And have that firm belief in what you do in yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Naresh, and for spending time with us. We look forward to have you again next time, and look forward to your coming programs. And the followers of the 1 Hour with Alibis Suryo can get his copy of his scripts or his speech today, discussion today, and also Naresh is available to be contacted at your email address through this station. Thank you all. Welcome to see you again some other time, and good night.